Gentlemen, what a pleasure it is to welcome you to Malvern Books on behalf of Persistence of Vision Publishing. Tonight we are here to celebrate the release of a new novel by Lance Fever Myers. Why so much? Why? I actually don't know. I read the book, love the book. You will love the book. You can get it at that table, purchase it up at the counter, of course, and yet I don't know why so much. I'm not sure anyone really does. Lance, would you like me to introduce?
Will it be Joe next, and then?
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, I would just like to say a few brief words about Persistence of Vision Publishing. It's a brand new publishing company, and this is the first release for Persistence of Vision right here in Austin, Texas. We also have a podcast, which you can find on our pov.publishing.com website. And we've had a lot of luminaries on there, including one of our speakers tonight, W. Joe Hoppe, so we're very excited about that. And yeah, we're going to be bringing out books and podcasts and products that inspire conversation. That's the mission of the company, to inspire conversations and to inspire inspiring conversations. So if that's what you're all about, that's probably why you're here. Is Joe Hoppe up first?
Yes.
Joe Hoppe is a man who needs no introduction anywhere in the civilized world. He is a poet, first and foremost, but also an instructor in writing and poetry, and he is a legend here in Austin, Texas, just like our author, Lance Fever Myers, is. And so it is without further ado and with great pleasure that I introduce W. Joe Hoppe.
Why do we have the mic? Do I need the mic?
Yes. The party people say yes.
Party people? Okay. Well then, okay. Lance, how long are you going to read for?
Oh, I don't know. You got maybe, 10 minutes?
Perfect. Cool. Perfect. So I'll start off with some poems that appeared at the POV website for the month of April. And this first one, it used to be titled In Heaven, but then certain people objected to the idea of Fidel Castro being in heaven. So now it's in the afterlife. So in the afterlife, Fidel Castro dances with Florence Henderson. And this was inspired because they died within like 2 days of each other back in 11/26/16. In the afterlife, Fidel Castro dances with Florence Henderson, and the dance floor is like an ice rink. They glide in and out of billowing clouds, pink mist blood of martyrs of the Revolution, soothing baby blue of suburban housewife Valium. Spinning ecstatic now to their own stars, not proletariat red or bourgeoisie sparkly, no judges with magic markered cars, nor nosy neighbors from down the street. Together again after their all too brief New York City affair in 1958, she a budding Broadway starlet, he a hard-throwing prospect for Los Yankees. Eternity will be just like their single Cabana night, a spotlight on her bright blonde hair, the glint on his polished alligator shoes. She smells like America to him, a hint of vanilla at neck and wrist, newly mown lawns and wood-paneled dens. But when the rumba beat starts up, her lips, her culo roll with genuine desire for his suave Latin loins, Caribbean breezes blowing through pomaded hair, nutmeg and hand-rolled cigars, sugarcane sweat. A tango now, they are joined thigh to thigh, zoom out to reveal the band in flamingo rumba sleeves, half of them American blondes with shining teeth, the others swarthy Cubans knocking out time, until this eternity is over, when they can slip out to the alley and sing moonlit songs of their own choosing. And for those, thank you. And so, just an update or a reminder: Castro was a Cuban dictator, and Florence Henderson starred as the mom on the '70s TV series The Brady Bunch. Okay, I should have probably gone with that. The Pantheon. We got to go to Rome last Christmas. Polly won a prize, and she just clicked yes. Dude, you've got a Tucker T-shirt. That's the coolest cover ever. Bravo. But the Pantheon is a sphere inside a cube in Rome, and they kept it going. It became a Christian church after it was no longer a pagan temple, so it still survives today. And Pantheon, as you all know, Pan is all, Theo gods. Pantheon was built for all the gods. Honoring all the gods, we create heaven's dome so as to be human beneath it. Polished, chiseled, sculpted, stacked, we figure and cast our knowledge out into this world through numbers, curves, degrees, angles. It is how creation happens. A perfect sphere inside a perfect cube proclaims understanding as perfect as any. Now let your eye ride up to the dome's pure center, where a perfectly placed hole invites any God at all. Okay, this references our buddy Graham Reynolds and his Duke Ellington CD. It's called Going West After Uncle Art's Funeral. And Caravan's the name of a wonderful Duke Ellington song that's very prominent in the CD. Caravan kicks in as we clear the Houston sprawl west into dark, into promise towards home, to the western lands like Egypt's dead, and we're not, and Uncle Art is. Night air on the highway and the white headlight, red taillight river, onto those cinnamon hot caravan sands. Uncle Art is dead and we're not. Opening up through the night in our grateful love bubble in a focused jazz tunnel, stretching through the music over the road into the night. Polly beside me, he was really her uncle, and her version of grief to mine, like Graham Reynolds to Duke's Caravan, highway tires rolling, chassis flexing, engine humming, the car over the road, like the musicians through the song, drum, bass, piano, horns, as we all dig farther into the night. There's a road in front of us we all swear no one else has traveled, a song that no one has ever played like this. And then finally, we don't have to poems, it just slows us down. So this is a metaphorical title. When all you've got is a hammer, you know the rest of that, right? Okay, when all you've got is a hammer. Lee decided to shoot his brain tumor with a .22 squirrel rifle. Shaved his head, said he got a doctor to mark the spot. Wanted me to pull the trigger. I went down the hall and kept on going. Years later, nobody could remember if it was the bullet or the cancer. Well, let's do a goofy one and then one more. All right, so I'd like to tell the story of this because it happened close on 30 years ago when you first moved down here. I didn't really understand mockingbirds. I didn't get them. And, they don't have them. We moved down, Polly and I, from Minnesota, and I grew up in Michigan. So we went out to Enchanted Rock and we heard a mockingbird. And this is it. Mockingbird at Enchanted Rock. Mostly asleep as the dawn light pulses green through the walls of our tent. Birdsong in the trees, the same 8 bars as a blue jay, as a crow, as a thrush, as a lark, as a pelican, as a coyote, has a car alarm, has a chainsaw, has Dizzy Gillespie's trumpet, then turned on its side is Thelonious Monk's piano, has John Coltrane's soprano sax, and a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, a love supreme, shift in diatonics and flat in fifths. It's cajolery, really. You couldn't call it mocking, coaxing this morning out into the world. All right. Hey, Graham.
Hello.
Missed your mention. So, what's going to happen? What anniversary are we looking at? July 20th? Moon landing, folks. Moon landing. July 20th, 1969, we landed on the moon. I'll fight anyone who says we didn't. So, I'll have to maybe set this up a little bit. 3 astronauts, 2 go down on the lunar lander, get to walk on the surface of the moon. Michael Collins stays in the command module, and he circles the moon waiting for them to come up off the moon and get together, and then they all go home. So Michael Collins famously did not walk up on the moon. And he got the chance later, but he turned it down. He didn't want to go again because he said those missions were too stressful on his wife. So, great human being. He's an artist now. He's still living, as far as I know, in Florida. But there's an unexpected benefit that Michael Collins got from being there alone in the command module orbiting the moon. So this is called Michael Collins and the Far Side of the Moon. It comes from Diamond Plate, available in the back, and it has a print from my son Max made years ago. All right. Like angels and their lack of free will hovering above us purely as agents, think of Michael Collins, 14 orbits around the moon, but never getting closer than 9 miles to its surface. Command module for Buzz and Neil, trudging their seas of tranquility and glory. While alone above their heads, he circled like a film noir taxi, keeping the motor running for the getaway. But 47 minutes of each 2-hour orbit found him beyond all contact in truly cosmic solitude. The far side of the moon, with no Earth to look out on, back on, a universe to look out on, all by himself. All to himself, sorry. Man. All right. So, he was out of radio contact as well, so he was the first man to be that alone. The Earth wasn't in sight, no human voice to talk to, which is pretty cool existentially. I am really, really happy to be here warming up for Lance Piva Myers. We're going to love his work. He's a wonderful writer. And, but we have a musical interlude
Yes, we do.
prior for a few minutes, so thanks very much.